Hi. So as I'm going to just put this into all of the little videos, if you haven't seen the video that is titled The Beginning as yet, make sure you just go back and watch that one first. Yeah, I think it's about like 15, 20 minutes long, which is what I'm keeping all of these at. It's literally just short, sharp, like increments to give you, to give you a brief understanding as to what I do. And if you want to delve into it further, then I have my Facebook group, in which I'm in there consistently, which you can find me, and I'll do other lives. I have coaching programs, so all social media on everything that you need is at the bottom, like on my website somewhere. Anyway, I'm not here to sell, I'm here to teach. So, so you need to watch the beginning one, because that just gives you like that real brief overview of energetics and like what we are. And like what I say is this, is like manifestation is this. We are here to turn our energy into physical matter. Okay, so that's the purpose of what we're here, is the energy of who we are being, what we are feeling, what we are thinking, all the rest of it. We're here to turn that into physical matter. Okay, now the brilliance of this is, because we're manifesting all the time, is what we're turning into physical matter, we get control over. And we get control over from our mind. Kind of. I say it is from our mind, but there's a little more within that, okay? So you want to watch that one, just get an understanding. So I briefly mentioned within that this one, the circle cycle, which is basically the circle that humans up until now have been going round and around and around and around. And it's what I've mentioned this within lives within my Facebook group. It's like when people do like that, they shift a little bit, and then like they have a lot of shit, and then it's shift, shit, shift, shit, shift, shit. Okay, which to be honest is crap. Yeah, no one wants to live their life where they feel good and then it has to follow with feeling bad. They feel good, they feel bad, they feel good, they feel bad. Like, that's not actually our purpose. And I know people say, like, we're here, we've got lessons to learn. And yes, like, we do, okay? But once you've actually learned that lesson, like you get to live on your energetic tone consistently. And it's only when you're not living on your energetic tone consistently that you have the shift, shit, shift, shift. I'm trying to say shift, shit, shift, 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 shit, shift, shift. Okay, because it means you shift, you go to your energetic tone, and then you lose the energetic tone, and then you feel crap. You feel good, go to your energetic tone, feel bad. Up, down, up, down, up, down, which like drives you insane and makes you go like, why the hell am I even doing this? Why am I even bothering to learn more and to awaken myself and to be spiritual and like whatever terms that you want to call it? Like, I don't necessarily call them that, but like, you know, to relate it to you. Why me? Why have I been like pushed to learn and to understand that like there's a lot more out there than what humans have been doing so far, which is like that 9 to 5, go get a nice house, raise a nice family, like that's it, that deems success. Like, bullshit. Of course it doesn't. Okay, and so this is the circle cycle that I see, is people like you get that like download, I guess. You get that urge, you get that inspiration, you start to ignite that belief. There is more than this. Oh my God, right, now I'm going to do something about it. Because now I'm starting to believe there's more. And so I want to like spark off that momentum and I want to create it. Like, this is it. Yeah, how many times, be honest here, how many times have you gone like, this is it, thank you, finally, this is it? And then a week later, 2 weeks later, it's like, oh, that's not it. I didn't get a result. And this is what happens. Okay. So we get that spark of belief, that spark of inspiration, and we take action. Wonderful. So that's at the top of this circle. And I'll add the diagram in somewhere so you can see it. That's at the top of the circle. And then you take action, you start to build momentum, like you're enjoying it, like this is great. Like you keep taking action, you keep doing the work to install the belief, so you keep visualizing it, you keep meditating, you keep doing your affirmations, like this is it, it's done. And then when you get around to the bottom of the circle, you start to realize that you still don't have results. So you go like, okay, well, I did everything. Yeah, I did the affirmations, I did the visualizations, I took the action, and like, I don't have it. I still don't have it, which impacts your belief. And so where you are up here on your energetic tone, now you're not physically seeing the results. That starts to impact your belief in the results, which brings your energy down. Okay? And that's when you enter that little space of despair. That's when you go into that shitty bit where you start questioning, like, why not me? Why didn't it happen? Like, why? And I'm going to talk about why that is like the question that should never be asked. Get rid of your why questions, because you only attract the answers to the questions you ask. So why not me? You're going to get a lot of reasons as to why you have now not seen the physical results this time. Okay. So you enter that like despair, and then you're like, oh my God, this is terrible. I hate it. I have to sit in bed for 3 weeks. I'm just going to watch TV. I'm going to eat crap food. I'm going to do all of these things where I'm just, I'm now back to who I was being. Simple as that. I'm now back to identifying with all of those versions of me that I have from like the conditioning of others. Yeah, that like the fear version of me, like that non-powerful version of me. And so you hang out in that for a little bit until you kind of go, until that passes. Yeah, and then you're like, oh, and then something happens. You decide to listen to somebody, or you watch listen to a podcast, or you watch something on TV, or you go and do something that sparks that inspiration again. Okay, so then you're like, oh, and then you go like, no, I'm gonna do it again. And then you go back to the top of the circle. Okay, you go back to the top. You got that belief, you got that, and then you take the action and you do everything until you don't get the physical results. And then you drop the tone and you just keep going around in that circle. Yeah, you keep going around in that circle forever. Sometimes you might get a little result, which is going to spark you off, but it's not like in terms of the big result, the bigger picture of what it is your soul actually craves, of what it is that your soul is like, dude, you're still playing small. Stop doing this shit. Like that's why you feel frustrated, because the truth of you knows. You get disappointed, you get overwhelmed, because the truth of you is going like, you're still not listening. You're still not listening to me. Like, come on. Anyway, so you just stay in this circle cycle forever. And then you go like, well, okay, that was all a bit crap. And your soul is like sitting over there in the corner going like, dude, I was trying so hard to get you to listen to me, and you just wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. So now, okay, we've got to get rid of this lifetime. We've got to get rid of this physical body, because like it's too late now. It's too late. Yeah, I mean, it's never too late, but you're getting what I'm saying. And look, we're just gonna have to try in the next lifetime. Like, that's it. If you're not gonna do it now, we're gonna do it in another lifetime. And so then you come back and your soul comes through into another physical being, and take two type thing. Okay? It doesn't have to be that way. You actually do get to experience it within this lifetime. Your bigger picture, like this version of you. You get to break out of the circle cycle, and you do it at this point. So you get the momentum, you get the inspiration, and then you take the action, of course. Yeah, that's the part that we all love and we all know, and like that's working ever so well. But it's the part where you don't see the physical results that you must change. Okay? And it's at that part where you do not see in the physical results that you reignite to the power version of you, to your soul. You reconnect to that bigger picture. You reconnect to, and when I talk about that, I'm not talking mentally, I'm talking energetically, like through your heart. You feel from that space. Because when you feel from that space, it's gonna like re-evoke the belief, and you're gonna hold that energetic tone. And the holding of that energetic tone is when like you just know that it's all unfolding for you. You actually don't care about the results, because on that tone feels so friggin' good. And you're like, you know what? I don't even care about the results now, because this feeling, this version of me showing up as me being me, feels amazing. It feels free. It feels like how I always wanted to feel. And I don't have the results yet. I don't have the results. And I'm happy with that. And I don't care about that. And of course, they're going to come through very quickly after that. But it's what happens is, like, we're not fully in that space of belief. We think we are. And therefore, we do the tools to show up to say we are. But it's not being that version, which is very, very different. Okay, so just visualizing and just saying your affirmations and just like listening to people, but not making the changes energetically in the version of who you are being in your world, like in your physical world, like away from like what's going on, what you're creating in your mind. That's what creates the difference, you see. That is what creates the difference. It's the summoning of this like commanding energy behind whatever the desire that you want, that just pushes it forward, and you don't move from that energy like at all. Nothing like persuades you to move from that energy, even not seeing the results, because you're just like, whatever, man, like, because that energy is your power, and it's what feels good, and it's when you are committed to holding that, like, regardless of everything, like literally everything, that you're then able to like be you. And it's the being of you that will manifest your bigger picture. Yeah, I'm not talking about like those incremental goals that you set and you say that you want, because they're not what you want. Yeah, it's what your logical mind thinks you need now to get to what you want, but it's not actually what you want. Yeah, it's exactly that. So like, I want to manifest like £10,000. Yeah, because you think that that money is going to be the aid to get you to the version of what you want, to get you to the truth of what you want. And the truth is, you got to get to the truth of you first. Does that make sense? Yeah, there's a whole like complex and complicated structure within all of this. And it really does connect back to like identity and to you showing up as the version of you, but like consistently and in all areas. And like, you kind of have to know what you want. And a lot of the times that's the piece of the puzzle that's missing. It's like, we don't really know what we want, because what we've done is we've looked to that external world to think that we know what we want. Like, I'm a great example of that. I used to live in the Cotswolds, so obviously I'm from the UK, and the most picturesque, beautiful little village, and gave it all up to move back home with my parents. Yay! Okay? Because I was like, at that point, I didn't know what I wanted, but I knew I didn't want that. And so I was like, the only way I'm going to create space to know what it is that I want is to get rid of what I don't want, to be so committed just to removing what I don't want, to allow the energetic space for what it is that I do want to then show up. Does that make sense? Okay, so you really want to break this circle cycle, yeah? And that's what people, when people say about like letting go of the results, like not being so attached to them, that's what this is. And it's not about not wanting or not getting the results, but it's about not energetically sitting in the need of the result, because that's not actually what you want. What you actually want is the feeling of you being the person that's creating the result, right? Yeah. Good. Okay. Yep. As always, questions, anything at all, let me know. You can drop me an email. You can find me on Facebook and private message me, or go find my Facebook group and just, pop up a post within the group. Yeah. Much love. See you soon.